All right, guys, welcome to this week's episode of Adventures of Alcaraz. My name is Julian Alcaraz.
And I'm Miranda Alcaraz.
And we're on week 29 to 30. We're starting week 30 today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
When they listen to it, though, yeah.
Yes. All right.
We're 30 weeks.
It's been quite an adventurous week. This has been Disneyland week, travel week. We have a meetup tomorrow. I mean, it's been a lot, and it's late. It's
Valentine's Day today.
It's Valentine's Day today. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Thank you. And we're in like a hallway in our hotel.
Yes.
In Irvine, California.
Yes, back where it all street parking started.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
where Knox was born.
Yes, earlier this week. Oh my God.
Who knows what happened on Saturday and Sunday last week at this point?
I don't. We had to do a lot of work to catch up for this week, so that way you had time to relax and not be so worried about work.
Yeah, I worked all day on Saturday and Sunday. I think I was at Starbucks on Sunday for like 5 or 6 hours working because I didn't want to have to work on the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things we're making sure we're just getting ready for this trip. So, starting Monday, we had a day at the office, which was jam-packed. It felt like it flew by, for sure. And then, Tuesday was travel day.
Mm-hmm.
How was it traveling at 29 weeks?
So I wasn't too worried about the flight. I mean, there were like 2 1-hour flights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like concerned that we have another trip coming up when I'm 35 weeks. That there's this, that's a little concerning that I might have this baby in Las Vegas. I wasn't concerned about like going into labor or anything on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And the flights were short enough that I wasn't worried about being like super uncomfortable in the seats. You know what's the hardest thing for me right now is it's honestly hard for me to take care of Knox at the capacity that I'm used to.
Yeah.
Because like even if he was like trying to play around on this table, it's hard for me to like reach. I'm not fast.
Mm-hmm.
And my belly gets in the way a lot of times of me like being able to tackle him. So on the plane I was a little concerned about that because he turns into a little wild banshee on the plane, but he did so good.
He did great. He wasn't wild at all.
No, he loves the airplane. I think he just knows now that he gets like an hour of uninterrupted watching his Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's just pumped about it. Yeah, because he did great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And it's hard carrying him around like the airport and stuff. He did pretty good in his stroller, but anytime I carry him now, I'm already over 20 pounds heavier. So we're looking at over 50 pounds of extra weight on my body.
Oh, yeah. That was one thing that I was worried about for this trip for you was just the amount of walking that you were going to do going into Disneyland. How did your body hold up?
I was really surprised by how not messed up. I was mentally prepared to be like telling you all the time that I need to like take a seat on a bench. I don't think that ever happened once.
Yeah. Where
I was like, I need to sit down for a minute. So we ended up carrying him a lot more than I would have liked.
Yeah.
And of course, he was like latched onto me half the time and wanted me to be the one to carry him. Mm-hmm. You chased him. I only chased him once. It was that time by the fountains because you were like getting our food. I had to knock him over because I couldn't catch him.
How did you do it?
So I like I didn't push him, but I knew the way that I was grabbing his leg that he was gonna fall. And I was like, I'm either not gonna be able to catch him, or I'm just gonna have to make him fall right now. It wasn't like that hard of a fall, but just because he takes off sprinting and you're just like running.
He's a fast little runner.
But I would come back from the park every day. Like my feet were never sore and I was never swollen, but the belly felt really big and there was like a lot of pressure and my hips were like a little tight and my pubic bone was a little painful at night. And I was always worried about how it was going to feel worse the next morning, and it never was. I always felt fine. I took care of it, though. Like, I stretched a lot, and we ate well and exercised. And, my low back did get tight, but I think it's more from carrying Knox than it was from the pregnancy? Because, I mean, you were carrying him and your low back was getting tight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your feet hurt worse than mine did.
They did because of these new shoes. You know, rule number 1 for Disney, when you travel, don't take new shoes because you haven't broken them in yet. And I struggled bad. And I was like, wow, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't feel like my body, in general, was any more messed up than yours was.
Yeah, no, you were fine.
Yeah. Yeah, still holding on strong to not really having any swelling. Like, all my rings still fit and my shoes still fit and everything. There's some time to go still.
There is.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing we've been kind of like being curious about, we've talked about it a lot between each other, was just how much we've kind of cleaned up our eating even from the last pregnancy to this one. Because Knox was like fueled by Chipotle.
Yeah, we ate at Chipotle like
ate a
every
lot
day.
of high, you know, high fatty food or high, you know, sodium foods. I think that's what it was. And then also, yeah, because you know you had wrist pains before, you had swelling in your wrist, you had, you know, you even saw videos from this exact time last pregnancy, and there wasn't as much swelling then than there is now.
I feel like my face was a little bit, because in pregnancy, some women get very swollen, like, in their face changes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mine didn't change too much last time, but I saw a video at 30 weeks last time, and I did feel like my face was a little more swollen. It was also 9:30 at night, and I was exercising last time, which makes no sense.
Oh, no sense at all. Yeah. I know there was also a lot of emotional moments you had. Mm-hmm. What were those about?
So one of the like random emotional breakdowns that I had was we took Knox to this it's called Mickey's Dance Party, right? And it's just a bunch of wild animal kids in there, like probably 5 and under, just going crazy, and they play music, and the kids are like dancing everywhere, and they hype them all up, and it's crazy. And we tried taking Knox in there last year, and he didn't really get into it. And this year he was a little bit more into it, but still was not into dancing with the other kids. He just sat on my lap the whole time, and he was just so sweet, and just watching him like clap his little hands or like hit his knees to the music. And it's just that moment of 2 realizations. One, like, he's so just like pure still, and just never experienced like a lot of like emotional pain in his life yet. Mm-hmm. And he's just so happy, and you can't, it's not possible to live like that your whole life. At some point he's gonna get his heart broken, or he's gonna, you know, someone's gonna be mean to him, or he's gonna be mean to someone else, or it's just like that loss of innocence, you know. And so that like really hit me, and I think that was because my mom had sent some photos of me with my 3 older brothers at Disneyland when I had just turned 3. And my 3 older brothers have been through some life situations. Each of them different, but, you know, it's just some hard things. And in those photos, me too, but them more than me, I would say. In those photos, all 4 of us were just so innocent and happy, and it just hurt my heart to think about that. And then the other thing, obviously, with the emotional moment that was that time, and then when we were leaving Disneyland for the last time today, mm-hmm. was that it was like our last time with him, just the 3 of us.
Yeah. At a trip at Disney.
Yeah, because we've been to Disney a lot.
Yeah.
It's like Knox has been there like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
And we've been a lot, the 2 of us, obviously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like when you have your first baby, you don't realize how much it's going to impact your relationship, like, as a couple. Mm-hmm. I don't think people really can ever grasp how difficult that is, and so you don't worry about the loss of that as much as the loss of, like, how I worry about the loss of my connection with Knox when we add another kid into it. Mm-hmm. I'm way more worried about that. I know you worried about it more last time because you had, like, very vividly remember one of our last dinners together before Knox was born.
I do, yeah.
But I wasn't as concerned about that with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of special moments for sure. This was like a very memorable trip, and it is going to be exciting moving forward, and to know that in a year there's going to be an addition to the family. And it was a beautiful trip.
Yeah, it was great. I think he, like we were talking about earlier, he's not going to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you can I think sometimes when a kid is that age, you're like, he's not going to remember it. I don't need to do this or that or whatever. They don't remember the, like, exact memory, but the bond that's formed is formed regardless of whether they remember how it was formed or not, I think.
Yeah,
So.
and then the pics too that they're going to come back and look at, those are what you're sharing memories of.
Yeah, because I don't remember those pics that my mom sent me, but I loved seeing them.
Yeah.
And it was, like, so meaningful to me that she had those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I would say, like, the eating was good. I drank a ton of water. There was a lot of bathroom breaks that happened. Tried to get good sleep. Took my regular, like, magnesium and supplements that helped me not get the restless leg syndrome and stuff like that. And I think as long as you're taking care of yourself, you can do Disney pregnant. I wouldn't go any more pregnant than this, though. It was like hitting the limit.
Yeah.
Of how much extra weight and just uncomfortableness. I also couldn't really participate in anything. Like, you wanted to go on the new Star Wars. First of all, how many times did we go to Star Wars Land?
I would say like 3 times.
I think it was 4.
Maybe. It was worth it every time.
One day, while I was taking a nap with Knox,
Went by myself.
he went by himself.
That's right.
Did you go on a ride by yourself?
I did.
Single rider?
Absolutely.
Which ride was it?
The Millennium Falcon one.
Was it good?
It was okay. It was like a 3D one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
And you went and checked out the lightsabers?
So lightsabers, was tempted to buy one, but then I realized, like, you attach the stick on there and I wasn't going to run around. The handle's cool.
What did you think it was going to be, like a laser beam that shot out?
Yeah, I had high hopes for Disney, but I guess they just can't.
That'd be really cool if all you had to carry around was the handle. That's a different. But you're basically carrying around like a lamp.
You're carrying around a lamp. That's what it is. Carrying around, like, you have to attach the pole to the hand. It's really, it's so
like,
strange.
just get a sword at that point.
Just get a sword, guys. Like, come on. But it was just, it was entertaining. It was great.
It's big in there,
It's
though.
massive. Yeah.
So, and then this morning I felt like I had let you down.
Mm-hmm.
It was yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Because you were, like, talking about going on this, like, rise of the...
The Resistance.
I was going to say of the Guardians. That's
Yeah.
a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like a ride that I can't go on. And I felt like you
we
felt
looked it up.
sad.
No, it was totally fine. I just wanted to reserve spots for us so that way we didn't miss it because it books out so early. But even this morning, I had the opportunity to go try to get in there, but I took advantage of just getting some sleep because it's not every day we get to sleep in like that. And then it was well needed. And then just knowing that I look forward to bringing the boys and having a good time with them, being kids with them, like, it's all going to be worth it. It's still going to be there. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, they just made it.
They just made it. So, like, yeah, having those moments to slow down and just appreciate, like the sleeping in and what Knox wanted to do, like, that was important.
You had a really special time with Knox.
Yeah, at the pool. We had, like, a pool time. It was great. We just went in there. We were, like, in there for 45 minutes, running around. He was jumping in there. He wanted to swim. He had a great time. It was just a good bonding moment. And then when we were done, we just sat next to each other, and we were out there just tanning away until you were done. It was good. It was special moments.
10 weeks seems really short.
Yeah.
How's that feel for you?
I mean, it's coming down to the wire. It's going to become more real because obviously the belly, I can just feel him moving all over the place. It's so wild. It's awesome. And I think it's super special.
We get to see him on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We have another ultrasound.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So, yeah, that will be good. And, we had I had a really cool idea last night, like random, like this was like a half awake idea that I'm glad you actually said something today that made me remember it, or I probably would have forgotten, about what I'm thinking about having Knox do the day that baby B is born, something that I'm thinking about having Knox do. So we have quite a staff now. There's like 30 people and like 20 people are here, and we see them all the time and they're in the office. And we have a tradition that has become a tradition for your mom and Knox to make a birthday cake for every single person on their birthday, which at this point is like getting a little out of control with the fact that we're a fitness company, because I feel like there's a birthday every week.
Yeah.
But side note, he loves it. He loves buying them balloons. He loves knowing whose birthday it is. He loves making the pan for them or the cake and presenting it to them. Like, it's a whole production every time that Knox is making you a birthday cake. And so, our big thing is like we want Knox to feel involved, and we want him to feel excited about the birth and everything. So this random idea that I had last night as I was falling asleep was, what if when I go into labor, because we know it's going to be maybe not 14 hours this time, but there'll be some time where your mom can say, okay, Knox, like, it's time, like baby B's coming, it's his birthday, we got to make him, and have Knox make baby B a birthday cake and get him balloons and bring them to the birthing center to sing, because he loves the singing of the happy birthday too, and the lighting of the candles and everything. To present that to his new baby brother, I think it'll be something that he'll be more excited, and it'll give some time, something for him to do during some of those stages, because being at the birthing center that whole time would be long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this would be great. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it'd be really cute.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up this week's episode. It's getting really late.
Yeah, we need sleep.
And we'll check in with you guys. Yeah, we have a meetup tomorrow, so that's going to be exciting. We'll check in with you guys next week. But thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Have a great night.